Hi everyone, so today I'm going to do a review of the small EvaCup. Just a few caveats. The first being that since I bought my cup in August or September 2015, and since then I think the Anigan company has changed their silicone supplier. Um, Red Herring here on YouTube does a great comparison of the new cup versus the old cup. Just so you can see the difference in the silicone, how the finish is a little bit different. So I'm going to include a link to one or two of her videos so you can see what that looks like. And also, I think the dimension might have slightly changed. So all the dimensions are the same except one. I recorded the dimensions of my cup when I bought it, and my numbers have that the height of the cup without the stem is 50 millimeters long. And currently on their website, it says that for the small cup, it's 48 millimeters long without the stem. Overall, I think that's not too significant. I think my review should still be helpful just because the overall shape and size of the cup is the same. And from what I saw in the videos, the firmness is more or less the same in the parts that matter the most. So I'm gonna just show you what I think of the cup, and then check out Red Herring's videos and then see if you think you want to purchase one. Also, if you want to get one in a D-stash, and it was purchased before I think the beginning of 2016, it will be the one that I have. So just to go over the construction of the cup, I have the stem here. It was trimmed off. I think it was trimmed off in two parts, so a small chunk of the stem might be missing. Basically, the stem is this kind of short, nubby thing here. It has a few grips on it. Oh, my camera is being awful. So there's 3 grips here, so I think it might have had 4 total. It's very hard, not flexible at all. It's like a cylinder, basically. Then it has grips at the bottom here. So the grips are raised enough to get a good hold on, but you can't really feel them. Like, they don't feel like they'd be uncomfortable if you have trouble with grips. With the stem trimmed off, the end here is kind of blunt. I actually didn't have as much discomfort with this as I expected to. So I've had the EvaCup for about a year. I haven't used it in several months because I thought it was too long. I think what happened is that I trimmed it since the last time I used it and hadn't tried it after I trimmed it. I'm going to tell you like my experience with it since I tried it this time, but it's there's a good bit of seal there if you need to trim it. I kind of trim my thing right down to the last possible place, but you could also still file it down some more. The bottom of the bowl of the cup here is softer than the rim by a good bit. It's a nice soft bowl. The rim is not too firm, I think, but firm enough to help you open it up. I use the 7-fold with this cup because it is kind of, I would say, medium softness. Like I tried to punch down with it, which is what I'm pretty sure I had used with it before, but it didn't really work well with the punch down, so I used the 7-fold. It has 4 suction release holes, equally spaced. And inside of the cup, there's some branding. It says, where is it? There you go. It says EvaCup there. It has a 7.5 milliliter mark, a 50 milliliter mark, and a cross on the EvaCup branding on the other opposite side. Next to the suction release hole, it has a 1. So if you have a small cup, it'll say 1, and if you have a large cup, it'll say 2. So if you buy it in a D-stash, that's a good way to verify that you have the right size. Overall, my feelings on the cup. So like I said, I had it for a while and I hadn't used it in a few months just because it felt too long. Like the last time I remember using it, I could feel it while I was even just sitting down. I think my cervix is higher now than it used to be. So like days leading up to my cycle with when I have spotting, I really enjoyed using this. I like cups that are easy to insert just because I don't have, my hands are, I guess, kind of weak. I don't know. So I like when a cup is easy to fold and easy for me to hold in the folded position. So I found that this was really easy to insert from that respect. Like I could fold it and it's no trouble. When my cervix is high, my cervix is still low, so I'm saying high as in high for me. This was really comfortable. It stayed put. It didn't, slide down. Like on my period days of just spotting, I wore it to the gym and I was comfortable wearing it. When my period started though, again, it was still comfortable. I couldn't feel it while I was wearing it, which is surprising. I really did think it would drop low and be uncomfortable, but it seemed to stay put this time. But my cervix is so low, apparently. I couldn't get past the 7.5 milliliter mark before I started leaking. So that's all the way, if you can see it, like down here, right? So that's about here. And I'm going to see if I can demonstrate this well. So I think that means my cervix is like, this is the tip of my finger, so my cervix is kind of about here. I can feel my cervix with my middle finger, like the tip of my the second knuckle of my middle finger is just outside my vagina when I feel the tip of my cervix. So my cervix is not, and so then the cervix is here, and the cup is about maybe here. It's just low, and so I just, I got the most capacity I could out of the cup, but it just wasn't enough. So overall, I like the cup. I enjoyed using it. I would recommend it to people just because I think it's really comfortable and very inexpensive. It's about $25 with free shipping, I think, from their website in the US. But for me, with the low cervix, I would just start leaking like on cue at like 2.5 hours. I would just overflow the cup, and the cup has a great capacity. I just couldn't get much out of it because so much of the capacity is in the higher part of the cup, and that's where my cervix is sitting. So if you have a medium to high cervix, I highly recommend it. If you have a low cervix, some of the time, but not all the time, you can probably still try it, and it'll look for your high cervix days. I like it, even though I have a low cervix, I still like it for those early days of my cycle where I'm just spotting, because especially overnight, because my cups tend to ride up overnight, so I like having a slightly longer cup that's easy to reach. So even though I don't need, all this capacity, it's still a nice cup to use because I like having extra length on that day, on those days. So overall, I would highly recommend it. I didn't try cleaning the holes without running water, but they look quite big to me, so I think it'd be easy enough to clean. If you had to clean in public, you could just fold it back like this and wipe it out. I like the feel of the silicone. The new one is slightly different, but this one has a nice matte feeling, so I assume they would have, made a point of finding equally good silicone, even if it's slightly different. Yeah, the cup, even though there's all this writing on the inside, it didn't stain. It wasn't difficult to clean. It rinses out nice and easy. So overall, I would recommend the EvaCup. They usually have good sales, or they had a lot of good sales last year. I haven't seen many of them this year, but it's a really affordable cup otherwise. $25, including shipping in the US. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about it. I liked using it a lot. I wish I could use it more. It's that cup that I have in my stash where I wish my cervix was higher all the time, because I really like using the cup. Like for me, insertion and removal is kind of the only time you handle the cup and the only time you have to feel the cup. So that really, for me, informs my experience, or informs my opinion the most in some ways. So from that point of view, I really, really like this cup. Like, easy to insert, easy to remove, easy to clean. I just wish I could get more time out of it. So if you have a high cervix, I highly recommend checking this cup out. Let me know if you have any questions about it, and I will be happy to answer them. I've done one comparison of this compared to the Super Jenny Small, so if you want to see comparisons to another cup, let me know, and I can get that done as well. Thanks for watching. Bye.